But some are tuned out because they just don't trust the media. A brand new Gallup poll is showing that Americans are registering a record low trust in mass media. For the third year in a row, more adults have no trust at all than trust it a great deal or even a fair amount. NewsNation media contributor Colby Hall is helping us to break this all down. Colby, good to see you. I was just reading the numbers. I mean, this is a low point. 36% of Americans have no trust at all in the media. Another 33% express not very much confidence. What or who do you blame for this?
Certainly not you or I. We're doing our job.
Correct.
Honestly, the way that, I mean, first of all, I would say that the media, our reaction to the media tells us a lot about ourselves. I think very often the media is like a mirror that holds up, what people think about ourselves. And this is where we're unmoored and untethered. I think what's really at issue is the degradation of traditional journalistic standards. There was a time where news outlets reported the facts and let the analysis out for op-ed columns. That really has gone away. Right now, the political landscape or the media landscape is really partisan, and not just on cable news. It's in the sort of talk radio. It's on blogs. It's on you name it, podcasts, and the increasingly rare outlets that aren't designed just to sort of give comfort food, designed to reinforce, sort of a progressive or conservative opinion. And I think that's why people just don't trust the media anymore, because they don't really feel like they're getting balls and strikes.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking about, I know this new Gallup poll was done at the very beginning of September, I believe the 3rd through the 15th of that month. Do you think this is genuine distrust in the media, or is it an election year? We're 19 days out, and more than half the stuff we see online, we're not liking right now, or it's divisive.
I think it's both. I think clearly you look at the trend line, and it's been going that way. I think the political year sort of heightens it, acts as a catalyst, and makes it worse. I feel bad for any of our viewers that live in swing states that are just overwhelmed with sort of aggressive campaign ads. There's so much money to the degree that people just tune out. And I think not just people tuning out from campaign ads, but they're tuning out from just negative, aggressive partisan politics that only looks to paint their opponent in the worst possible light. We're all Americans, we're all human beings, and, the truth lies always somewhere in between. Yeah. But media isn't designed to appeal to reasonable, centrists. It's designed to amplify the extreme takes on both ends. And sadly, that's where we are.
Yeah, a lot of fear-mongering going on right now in this home stretch. Exactly. I want to take a look at some recent interviews, and I'll get your thoughts on the other side.
I'll go a step further. If you don't do this, this country has no chance.
40 million jobs is a lot of jobs to rely on trade.
They're all coming back.
Those are 40 million jobs. Those are 40 million jobs in America that rely on trade.
Are you ready? John Deere.
The point is that we have a broken immigration system that needs to be repaired.
So your Homeland Security Secretary said that 85% of apprehensions.
I'm not finished. We have an
it's a rough estimate of 6 million people have been released into the country. And let me just finish. I'll get to the question, I promise you.
I was beginning to answer.
Yeah, so these are just a few examples. You and I also talked about the 60 Minutes, editing saga just last week. Is it tone? Is it editing? Is it, tense back and forth? How do you think these most recent examples of sit-down interviews are landing with folks?
Well, honestly, I think it stands out. It seems starkly sort of confrontational, largely as a result of the candidates, both of them avoiding any sort of confrontational interview. There was a time where candidates just openly sat with journalists of all stripes, and were expected to answer tough questions. And as a result, the journalists would approach with sort of mutual respect. We're less than 3 weeks from the election, and both candidates have largely been avoiding. To be fair to Kamala Harris, at least she's done like 3 of these. Former President Trump has sort of avoided that until that Bloomberg Economic Forum. And, both of the candidates sort of get so used to doing friendly podcast interviews or sitting with like-minded people that anytime that they're challenged on issues, it looks like they're being combative when really, they're being forced to answer questions that they've not been asked for a long time. So, I sort of blame candidates for kind of avoiding the tough interviews. And now that they're doing it, suddenly, the media are the bad guys, when in fact, they should have been doing this from the get-go.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.